Hi, Jacob. This is Ericka, your storytime reading partner. I hope you're finding some fun things to do this summer. One fun thing to do, if you've got one, is to ride a bike. And I thought we'd read a story about that today. This story is called Jessie's Hill, and it's written by Anne Harth. Jessie pushed his bike into the driveway. Can I come to the zoo, Dennis? Can you ride to the top of the hill? His brother asked. His friends were ready to go. Jessie looked up at the steep hill. I think I can, he said. Let's go. Dennis and his friends rode away. Jessie jumped on his bike. He pedaled as hard as he could. He passed Mrs. Johnson's house. His legs were shaky. He passed Peter Potter's house. It was hard to breathe. He was hot. He stopped in front of the yellow house. How do you think Jessie feels? Jessie, Dennis called from the top of the hill. Jessie looked up. When you can ride to the top, you can come. Jessie stamped his foot. His brother disappeared over the hill. Why did Jessie stamp his foot? The next day, Jessie tried again. He jumped on his bike. He pedaled as hard as he could. He passed Mrs. Jennings' house. He passed Peter Potter's house. By the look on his face, do you think he's angry or is he trying really hard? His legs were shaky. It was hard to breathe. He was hot, but he passed the yellow house too. That's farther than he went yesterday. Jessie tried to ride up the hill every day. His legs were shaky and it was hard to breathe. But every day he rode a little farther. It was Saturday morning. Jessie pushed his bike into the driveway. Dennis and his friends were leaving. Where are you going? Jessie said. Dennis stopped. We're going to the zoo. Can I come? Can you ride to the top of the hill? Watch me. Jessie jumped on his bike. He pedaled as hard as he could. He rode past Mrs. Jennings' house. He rode past Peter Potter's house. He rode past the yellow house. His legs weren't shaky. He pedaled harder. He looks very determined, doesn't he? Go, Jessie! You can do it! Dennis and his friends cheered. He pedaled harder. He passed 3 more houses. He was almost to the top of the hill. His legs were shaky. It was hard to breathe. Jessie was hot, but he didn't stop. His bike slowed down. It wobbled, but kept moving. Jessie stood on his pedals and pushed. He reached the top. He looked down at Dennis and his friends. They were puffing and panting. They rode up the hill. So it's difficult for Dennis and his friends to ride up the hill too, isn't it? Dennis patted Jessie on the back. "Do you want to come to the zoo?" he said. Jessie grinned. So the story's main idea is Jessie practiced until he could bike up the hill. So what did Jessie learn? What is the lesson? And what makes Dennis a good big brother? And how did Jessie finally get up the hill? I hope you enjoyed this story, Jacob, and I look forward to reading you another one. I will read to you soon.